Let's talk about Jonathan Kuminga and the situation with the Golden State Warriors. We got a big time Warriors fan here, and I want him to talk about what he feels, how he feels about what Jonathan Kuminga is saying and doing to the Warriors and the back and forth that's going on this whole offseason. And as of August 1st of this recording, it still has yet to be resolved. So Warriors fan, big time Warriors fan, how do you feel about what Jonathan Kuminga?
It's complicated, but at the same time, definitely heartbreaking. Kuminga, we basically got Kuminga as a result of giving up KD, and even though he's probably the biggest mystery piece, he's been in certain eyes he's been disappointing. But in my eyes, in my opinion, as a Warriors fan, I've seen every game, I've seen the playoffs. Kuminga still has potential. He has great potential. He's one of the most athletic people in the league. He's a great finisher. He has decent game sense, but he just needs to find his role, find his fitting on the team. And as we've seen in this past playoffs, Kuminga averaging 25 points per game, we've seen the type of spark that he holds, the potential he has. So that's one of the reasons I wouldn't want to let him go. And I understand the front office for holding on to him and maybe exploring better ideas.
Let me ask you this, right? Do you think he is worth the $30 million he is seeking?
I believe that he could be potentially worth, but as of right now, I don't think the Warriors can offer him.
So if you're the front office, you're the GM, are you offering him $30? Sorry, not $30, $30 million.
$30 mil, I'm not.
You're not?
I'd set up a 2-year contract, 40 M's. That's what I would do. Yeah.
How much would you give?
What the Warriors offered, I believe is decent.
20 mil?
20 mil, yes.
Yeah, I'll say that's also fair. Obviously, Kuminga just wants to lock in to himself. How do you feel about Jonathan Kuminga coming out and saying that the Warriors have stunted his growth? How do you feel about those? Those are some big accusations to throw to a team that has a history of developing players like a Curry, a Clay, and a Draymond to all-star, superstar Hall of Fame. So how do you feel about that?
This is an interesting topic because both sides, disregarding biases on both sides do have a point. Kuminga, we've seen his potential. We've seen how good he can be when he's the main focus of the offense. When the ball runs to him, we can see how impactful he can be. Especially in this past playoffs when Steph Curry was out, Kuminga was the one who stepped up and was arguably the best player on the Warriors, averaging 25. But at the same time, when Steve Kerr says that sometimes he doesn't fit, that is true. There are moments when Kuminga steps on the floor, gets 3 back-to-back turnovers, and cannot hit a 3 all game. So at certain points, I can understand why Steve Kerr sits out Kuminga, especially when you have people like Kevon Looney, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, people who are non-shooters but have more impact on the team. I can understand why Steve Kerr sits him, but I can understand Kuminga understanding, like, being aware of his potential and why he wants to play and prove himself.
Basically, like, Kuminga, he needs a team where he could grow, he could make mistakes.
Yes.
Obviously, the Warriors, they want a championship now. They don't have time to afford Kuminga making mistakes. That's why I think there's a like a miscommunication. Like, Kuminga, he needs a team like, the Wizards. He could go out there, make some 100%. Mistakes and learn. But the Warriors want someone who can win now. That's where I think the problem is. And now to end it off, do you think, well, it seems most likely that Kuminga will be on a new team starting next season. I assume you also...
I might disagree.
You think he'll be back?
I believe he can be back, yes. I believe there's a chance, but I don't think it's completely off the table that he won't be back.
Okay,
I believe there's a chance.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, until he's actually gone, then he's still,
until the deal is closed.
The Warriors, I believe, have they hold his restricted rights. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if he doesn't sign with a new team or sign and trade doesn't happen, he automatically re-signs with the Warriors for 1 year. I believe. That's what me just off the top of my head. But just to quickly end off the video, there's 2 heavily rumored teams that could trade for Kuminga. Kings, which would involve Malik Monk. Second would involve the Suns in a package maybe around Nick Richards, Dylan Brooks, or Royce O'Neal, like a combination of that. As a Warriors fan, which one would you prefer?
I would go for the Suns. But also, I'll go for other different players in the offseason from other teams. But I'll go for the Suns. Kuminga, the Suns have the best offer, in my opinion. Kuminga gets the most out of it as well. But we get some veterans guys, some decent guys. We get second round picks, which helps our future. And if we explore other players like Seth Curry, Al Horford, for example, I believe we can fit them around.
Now that's a good point you bring up. Not to mention the Kuminga situation is holding back Al Horford, holding back DeAnthony Melton from signing. So obviously the Warriors definitely want to get that cleared up. They definitely want to get Melton and Horford on the roster. We shall see what happens with Jonathan Kuminga.
We shall see.
He's obviously, I think, the biggest free agent, I would want to say, like, left on the market, I would want to say, or this is the most drama-filled situation left of the offseason so far, but we'll see. You guys can let us know in the comments below where you guys think Jonathan Kuminga will go, how much he deserves to get paid, and all of the good stuff.